and gentlemen, welcome to Marketing Monday, the day after Super Bowl 59. And the Eagles are officially your Super Bowl champions. Let's go, Birds! But a more important day is upon us, the Super Bowl of marketing, where we discuss all of the ads that happened in this year's Super Bowl. But first, I want to talk a little about this. A lot of people had mixed feelings on this year's Super Bowl. This Super Bowl was, if you're an Eagles fan, perhaps the greatest one you've ever seen. If you're a streamer who lost $250 to me because you bet on the Chiefs, then maybe it was terrible. It was one of the worst Super Bowls of all time. And this extended not just to the game, but to the halftime show. Kendrick came out and did a pretty brilliant performance, but it was equally controversial. Kendrick's halftime show was called a masterpiece by 64,000 upvotes on Reddit. Not even joking when I asked this, was there anyone who even liked this show? By Derek Evans here. Some people said it was a fierce halftime show that elevated the Drake feud and made history. And some people who were Drake fans said it was that was gaslighting. And it looked pretty quiet this year. There was no Spotify bots attending the show. The really funny part was the people that looked at this and said, wow, he's really just being super patriotic. I'm glad patriotism is back. Finally, a non-woke satanic halftime show. Now listen, it was controversial. And what was interesting is no matter which opinion you had, there was a huge amount of people, millions of people who agreed with you 100% that you were right. Whether you thought it was the greatest or the worst performance of all time, the greatest game or the worst game, you could find millions of people with thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of upvotes telling you you're exactly right. And so I want to point out the thing that stuck the most with me. And it was this scene when the Eagles were up like 24-0. And it was of the Chiefs bench where they just looked shell-shocked. And as a marketer, this image has stuck with me because this is the image that I think encapsulates what marketers were feeling when they made the ads this year. As someone who worked 4 years at Amazon, Twitch, 5 years at NVIDIA, basically 10 years in marketing, I have never seen a more depressing crop of ads. The one emotion that I could feel radiating through the screen when I watched every single bland celebrity-filled ad back to back to back was fear from the marketing teams. And let me explain a little bit why. This year was the most expensive Super Bowl yet. $8 million every 30 seconds. It's never been this expensive. It's rising super fast, faster than inflation. And one thing that has been true for brands in America lately is that if they say the wrong thing, they can get fucked. The Bud Light boycott cost InBev $1 billion in lost sales. They can get absolutely destroyed and they could lose their jobs. On the other side, you have Elon Musk anti-woke posting and Tesla sales are plummeting in California and Europe. Either way, brands are looking around and seeing all of this and realizing it's a minefield. If they say the wrong thing, they could cost the brand money and lose their jobs. So they are trying to be so safe. And I want to explain a little bit as someone who's worked in the industry, kind of the basic process of how this goes. The brand will hire an ad agency. This is Drunk Don Draper. And the ad agency will pitch an idea to the internal brand marketing team. These people, they look at it and they say, really, our brand needs to be bigger. And then they run it up the chain to the upper management. Because when you're spending $8 million for 30 seconds, the CEO and the executive team has to know about it. And then the CEO or the executive team says, I don't like that part. Can you change that one part? And so they give feedback back to the brand team. The brand team takes that, amplifies it, gives that feedback back here. So they make another idea that goes back in, goes here, and continues the chain over and over and over until you've sanded off every single original or creative idea you had originally. And so we are just seeing what peak fear in a polarized society looks like. Nobody is willing to do anything even semi-risky that might draw attention on the grandest stage. I genuinely think that if you're talking about like aligning with your brand value and getting people to feel positive association with their brands, that this tweet from Arizona Iced Tea that said, I'm not gonna waste millions of dollars of commercial that got 314,000 likes, did better than all of these $8 million ads. And I'm not even kidding. I think people walk away from this tweet feeling more positive towards the brand than any one commercial did. However, that even though this did super well, it only got 6.3 million people to see it. And the Super Bowl this year broke broke viewership records. 126 million people watched, the most watched Super Bowl ever. And so, as these huge, colossal brands need to find the dwindling number of things in our society that can still get a broad audience to watch, the cost keeps going up, even above other commercials, above inflation, above everything else. There's a premium demanded for this level of reach. Now, have they succeeded in the past? Yes. There have been iconic ads in the past of the Super Bowl that have lasted longer than just the 1 week after the game and built a brand identity. This is the Mean Joe Green Coca-Cola ad. This is the Wendy's Where's the Beef ad. This is the E-Trade, baby. This thing broke through the noise. There's the Betty White Snickers ad. And of course, the iconic Apple 1984 ad. There have been great ads through history. Do I think any of the ads this year belong on this list? No. But we did get Seal as a CGI seal. We're gonna watch them all and we're gonna rate them here together. There's 5 categories. At the top, truly good. Then, if you're not part of truly good, it really doesn't matter because no one's gonna remember the ad after 2 weeks. But then you're in the era of the boring. And this is where 98% of all commercials ever fall. Boring positive is where we all agree it wasn't that memorable, but it didn't leave a bad impression. Boring positive. Boring negative is where, it's not that memorable, it's not that bad. It seems kind of L. And then there's truly bad. And then there's generational waste of money. This is where you spent $8 million and it actively is hurting sales. People want to avoid your ad. Should be pretty rare, but may have someone this year. Without further ado, we will start with the Pfizer commercial.
Let's get ready to rumble!
I'll be honest with you. In my mind, that is the most obvious, boring dash positive ad I've ever seen. Ram truck.
Once upon a time, there was a girl with golden locks. You know what? Maybe it was like a rugged, woodsy dude.
Aspen Gold super happy. They de-wokeified it. Finally, we got rid of the cringe woman lead character of Goldilocks.
The beds were too hard, the chairs were too soft, the porridge was too... This Goldilocks wanted something tastier.
Those look just right.
First, he drove the Ram 2500 Rebel to pick up some dinner. Too hot! Pow! Some really big dinner.
What about the 3 bears?
This is my story.
But yeah, the bears were there. And they all lived happily ever after. Sorta.
You know what's funny is I saw an interview with the creative director of Ram who talked about this, and it was the most pretentious thing I'd ever read. We are really opening America's eyes up to the power of choice. And my honest opinion is that this is a boring positive ad. But that interview did make me want to knock it down. If you're gonna do a celebrity ad, pick one celebrity and make them tie closely to your product. If you throw in 12 celebrities in your ad, no one can remember a goddamn thing. The Ritz Salty Club. Speaking of celebrities.
These are our people.
Our salty brethren.
You ain't give me exact change.
He's salty, but I'm the saltiest.
Oh, saltier than me? When I smile, people assume it's a glitch.
Please, I'm the human version of Monday. Why is Ritz so good?
I love them. Read the sign, Bunny.
You're gonna get us kicked out.
So?
That's better.
Loved by everyone, even the saltiest.
That is my definition of a boring negative ad. I literally watched people at a party ignore that ad in real time. To throw 700,000 celebrities. TurboTax.
Why do we do things the hard way? Coming through. It's so backwards.
Issa, I got all your forms. I'll take it from here.
You can have your cake and you get it.
So every year there's a TurboTax ad, and every year I have a hard time separating my judgment of the ad and the fact that I hate TurboTax fundamentally as a company. I hate that they constantly try to solve a problem that they themselves created. And maybe it was just the audience I was watching with, but people all pointed that out. Despite all that, I think a boring negative ad. Next up, let's holiday on MSC Cruises.
An MSC Cruise isn't just a vacation, it's a holiday full of European style
and all the things Americans love too. Come on, Bloom, I need some buffalo wings. Stop.
Vorrei rigatoni alla matriciana, per favore.
Oh, signora.
What he said. Holiday! Was that good?
Architecture.
Sharkitecture.
Dude, there's a line.
Gelato.
Froyo.
Football.
Football.
Schedule.
Okay, now you're just doing it on purpose.
Orlando Bloom, I once read an interview with him where he said he regretted doing the movie Troy because he thought it made him look like a pussy. I wonder if he's gonna regret this ad. I'm gonna put in boring negative. Honestly, let me call my mom right now.
Hello, Brandon.
Dad, why do you have mom's phone?
Because mom doesn't get out of bed.
Dad, I have a question for you. I'm live right now. Did you watch the MSC Cruises ad during the Super Bowl?
I did not.
You didn't?
I watched the Super Bowl. I'll be honest, there was a little bit of alcohol involved.
Hey, enough said. We're putting it in the forgettable tier.
Yeah, it was totally forgettable.
But before I move on, was there any ad that stood out to you? Do you have an ad that was your favorite?
No, not one that was like, oh yeah, that inspired me to purchase a product, I'll tell you that much.
I agree with you, sir. Well, there you have it, folks. The Lotto Master's opinion. Thank you, Dad. Tell Mom I love her, too. A century of cravings.
Look, from the very beginning, football's been a conspiracy to make us hungry.
And we'll call this a pigskin. Make people crave bacon.
These wings deserve a team.
Yeah. I figured out a good team name for Buffalo, Bill. Buffalo. Buffalo.
Do I have to be called refrigerator?
Yes. Omaha! Steak. Omaha! Steak.
And they're still at it. This year, we got a halftime show presented by an apple. In a stadium named after
A salad.
Matthew.
Yeah. Hey.
Sorry. You want me to make a movie about a football conspiracy?
Come on, Greta. Bacon's in.
When football makes you hungry, order UberEats.
Among what we're seeing, we could put it at the top of Truly Good. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an ad for today's sponsor of Marketing Monday, RocketMoney. Thank you so much to RocketMoney for sponsoring today's Super Bowl ad review. If you want to support Marketing Monday, check out rocketmoney.com/Atrioc. RocketMoney is a place where you can see all of your current active subscriptions and easily cancel them. It can also track your spending and easily plan and save for the future. RocketMoney has been a longtime supporter of this content. I really appreciate them. RocketMoney.com/Atrioc. If you want to support this content, just go check them out. It's free and you can see everything you're subscribed to. And again, if you want to upgrade, they have a paid service where they will negotiate down your prices. So for example, if you have a cable bill that's high or keeps getting raised, they will negotiate it down and only charge you based on what they save you. Thanks, RocketMoney. That cost RocketMoney $7 million, by the way. Pringles.
We're out of Pringles.
Just blow in the can.
I'd like to thank our fans.
Are those mustaches?
Yeah. I'm just gonna go to the store.
Dude, this ad was divisive. It was divisive in person. It was divisive when I talked to people about it. People seem to think it was pretty gross. I honestly thought it was a decently positive ad, but people were grossed out by it. So I don't know. It's a tough one. It's divisive. Again, I've said this in previous years, but I truly do believe it. I think an ad that was just a close-up of Pringles looking delicious, somebody eats them and it makes the satisfying crunch and you just say Pringles are great and they taste good, would do better. Reese's.
Ever since Reese's came out with their new chocolate lava big cup with a delicious layer of chocolate lava, people visiting the lava flows have been pretty confused.
That stuff looks delicious.
I want to eat lava!
Get in my mouth, lava. Don't eat lava. Eat ooey gooey chocolate lava.
Don't eat lava! Eat new Reese's chocolate lava big cups!
People like this ad. From what I saw in person, I think Ari leaned over and was like, the lava looks tasty. I think among this crop of ads, it was pretty good. I'm gonna put it in top tier, though I wouldn't normally. I'm just saying for this year. This commercial, I think, is, I won't give you my opinion on it till you watch it. It's by Lay's, and it's called The Little Farmer.
If I was a tree grown tall and green, if you were a river in the mountains tall, if you were the wind riding on the snow, if you were a wing, I'd be a nod. If you were a seed, well, I'd be a pod. If you were a floor, were a kiss, I know I'd be a hug.
What are your thoughts on that ad? I had such an interesting reaction to it. I think I, like many others, have become more cynical over the years. And when I saw this, I said, yeah, fat chance. That's not what the fucking farm looks like. But I did think about it from a marketing POV. I think this ad decades ago, 20 years ago, whatever, would be a great ad. It didn't have any celebrity in it. It hit iconic imagery. The main thing for me would be whether or not this is a lie, because I really don't know how true this is that Lay's gets its potatoes from family farms across America. My understanding is there's not many family farms left. But if it is even somewhat true, they should stick with this and do a continued campaign on it to repeat it over and over until it's drilled into your head. It could be the start of something great. And I gotta say, the more I thought about it, the more impressed I was with it. But my initial reaction was pretty bad. So I'm open to different thoughts. Leave it in the comments. Let me know what you think. But I'm gonna put this in boring positive for now. We have an ad that needs to be discussed, and that is the Doritos ad. And the reason this ad is so special is because we are going to bring on stream and interview the creator of this ad, who happens to be an Atrioc viewer. Failblazer! Not only did you compete and do well, but you won. Huge congrats. Can you tell us a little bit about how this came about, or what happened, or can you give us the story?
Of course. Yeah, so we all just came together. I actually met my friend Nate and Rel. Him and I became friends off of Beast games. We actually were competitors in the Mr. Beast's recent Beast games.
You were a competitor on Beast games? In the past year, you've competed on Beast games and won a Super Bowl commercial? And you're an Atrioc?
Yeah.
You're the big you're living the greatest life.
My birthday is Luca's birthday.
Okay, that's not nearly as cool as the other two things.
We spent, I think, 3 days coming up with the idea. One night shooting, we pulled an all-nighter, edited it, and then sent it off to our VFX guys. They knocked it out of the park, and we posted it like a week after coming up with it.
And then when did you find out that you won?
I think it took about a month, and then they announced top 3, and when it hits top 3, then it went to public voting, and it paid off in the end.
Dude, that's awesome. Did any of you have like previous experience making commercials, or do you work in marketing, or what?
I'm an entrepreneurial studies major. I've enjoyed film. I've gotten into that stuff. Nate and Dylan both have like directing and producing experience. I was doing a lot of the graphic design and the background stuff. So the t-shirt that he's wearing, I designed that. I designed the posters in the background.
Did you make the whole crew watch Marketing Mondays to like sort of get on the same page, you know?
Bro, I was like, guys, there's this guy, Atrioc. And they're like, okay.
Huge fucking congrats, dude. This is actually so cool. Having made a commercial that played the Super Bowl is like, that's surreal. That's like the ultimate thing you can do, at least in the realm of marketing. That's awesome. We're going to watch it now. It's gonna be really funny if 3 seconds later I give it the worst rating.
Dorito.
Yeah.
Who's the alien? First of all, cinema. Absolute cinema. S tier peak. I'm buying Doritos right now.
Let's go.
So you said the actor in this is just a friend of yours that you guys hired?
Yes.
And the alien, same thing?
And the alien is Nate.
I think that's fucking awesome. And what's extra cool is that I think you guys did such a good job with the hard 30-second time limit.
Everybody else was celebrating about the $1 million and the Super Bowl, and I'm like, yeah, Marketing Monday.
That's fucking sick.
Starting my YouTube journey for the past 6 years, I'll be posting my first thing on Thursday called Failblazers.
Check it out, Failblazers. I thought that was really good. I'm not even glazing. I think that was a really good ad. It's gotta feel good to make a fan-created ad on no budget and blow out of the water some ads that have 100 times your budget. Oh, I thought this one was rather good. The Disney Lilo and Stitch at the big game ad.
Sorry, folks, there's a breaking development. There's something down on the field.
I see that too. What is that?
Looks like a koala or a dog or a...
They're all out there right now. They're trying to catch it. They're having a real hard time. They've got trash cans.
This guy's got no chance.
I think they got it. Nope.
Now he's gone and driving a cart. Uh-oh, watch out for the goal. Oh.
Is this a live action Lilo and Stitch? Dude, I don't think it should exist, but this ad was good. Wait, there was another live action remake, not Lilo and Stitch. Oh, it was How to Train Your Dragon, dude. Wait, it's a CGI dragon. Why do you have to remake an animated film with a CGI? It might as well not be live action. For money, yeah. You know what? You're right. Who am I to deny them money? This is the AngelSoft Big Game Potty Tunity.
AngelSoft interrupts this broadcast to bring you a bathroom break. I know you need one, so come on, let's go. Why are you still here? This is your potty tunity. It's simple, do not watch this. Okay, back to the broadcast.
How fast are these people pissing? Dude, by the time you recognize what's going on, you can't even wash your hands. That was terrible. If you're gonna do this, you have to go whole hog and spend some money. If they ripped a 2-minute ad, that would be memorable. Additionally, just talking about going to the bathroom is one thing, but they did nothing to identify why you would care about AngelSoft versus any other brand of toilet paper. Even as a brand, I think no one remembers that as the AngelSoft ad. They remember it as the fucking bathroom break ad. Booking.com.
With hotels and vacation rentals, Booking.com has something for everyone.
She sells. You got anything more boutique?
Oui, right this way.
What if we hate everything?
We have free cancellation.
For whatever reason, this ad did crazy well. 93 million views on YouTube. Some of that must be paid. I mean, that's absurd, but even the YouTube internal ad report they put out every year said this was their best performing ad. You know what I'll say about this? It is a bad look for the world celebrities when the Muppets outperform all of them in terms of positive brand score. So I say that ad, while not incredibly memorable, was good. I think it's time to talk about perhaps the most memorable ad. This is the only ad that I saw everyone in the room at the party sit up and pay attention and then talk about it afterwards.
Let's start paying attention to breasts when it matters the most. Early detection for breast cancer is a game changer. Go to yourattentionplease.com.
Okay, I legitimately think this is the best ad of the Super Bowl. I'm not kidding. I just saw it work in real time. I saw everybody who was kind of like talking, pay attention, not just men and women. And then afterwards they talked about it and people were talking about breast cancer. I literally saw it work. I think it did a really good job of having like a kind of a tacky hook and then playing it into something else. They use sex sells, but also like not for a different reason. It has a twist. I was impressed. This is the only ad of the whole Super Bowl where I felt like I was impressed and I thought people might remember it later. I would put this in S tier. I'll put this in truly good from my POV. Now you may recall the Meta Old Friends ad at I think 2 Super Bowls ago was one of the worst ads I've ever seen in my life. Just the most depressing, sad robot. That was a miserable fucking ad. Let's see if they can beat that with the AI smart glasses.
Hey Meta, what is this artwork?
Comedian by Mauricio Catalan, worth $6.2 million.
What? What? That's a $6.2 million banana. Are you kidding? We need to find you another banana. Bananas.
Gentlemen, who eats art?
I think you're supposed to say, hey Meta. Like, hey Meta, who eats art? And then Meta would say, Chris Pratt.
Hey, Meta, call my lawyer.
Chris Hemsworth is trading his superhero cape for Super Bowl stardom in a star-studded commercial for Ray-Ban and Meta's new AI glasses.
What the fuck is this? Is a thing about the ad? It's like an AI-generated summary of the ad after the ad. Holy fuck, that's actually a better ad. That was the end? Man, that ad sucked. AI summary would have been better. What's crazy is this had happened in real life, though. Some crypto guy bought the $6.2 million banana artwork and then ate it as a performance piece, which is more interesting than Chris Hemsworth doing it. They're supposed to have those glasses this year with like the built-in visual overlay. They didn't talk about any of that. No, that was bad. Speaking of big tech companies trying to do something, let's watch the OpenAI ad.
Summarize this article. Help me practice asking for a raise.
Act as my sleep coach.
What bird is this? Actúa como mi tutor.
What do you want to create next?
Dude, I thought this was such a huge missed opportunity. And it felt like somebody who desperately wanted to be like Apple. Almost like pathetic amount of Apple longing, tech era longing. And I really think it did a bad job of showing what was special or useful about ChatGPT to anyone who didn't use it. I think one of the all-time great tech ads for a Super Bowl, there's a Google ad called like Parisian Love from I think 2010 or 11. That ad was phenomenal. It did a really good job of showing the product and the story together. Watch this ad, and I want you to compare that last ad to this ad and see if it like... I think that's a brilliant ad. That's one of my favorite tech ads of all time because it's all about the product, but it's about you and how you use it and the story. And it did really well. I see an ad like this from ChatGPT and it's like, it has all of the style of this kind of ad, but none of the substance. It doesn't put you, the user, in the story at all. How you might use it, how it might change your life. It's only about how cool they are. Where's the DeepSeek ad? The DeepSeek ad came right after the Super Bowl. It was the exact same ad as ChatGPT, but it cost 1/50th the price. And I think pretty bad. I think truly bad for what they could have done. Okay, the next two ads were standout to me because there's a third direction you can go if you're trying to play it safe that I didn't really talk about. Feel good, puppies, dogs, kids. You can go with a ton of celebrity spam, or you can go really fucking weird. And so there's two ads I want to talk about, and the first one got spammed. They did it multiple times during the Super Bowl, and that is the Tubi ad.
Oh, it's a boy. And it looks like he's gonna like Westerns. What if Westerns aren't hot when he grows up?
Psst. Nobody watches Westerns, dork. Good thing we were born to like fantasy.
It's all about gangster films now.
Yo, vampires, baby!
Howdy. This ain't you, partner. Like what you like.
Yeah, I fucking hated that. I want to put it in the very bottom tier. I understand you can have different opinions, but I thought that was gross, dude. It was kind of like body horror. All that could be worth something. We're like, hey, you're drawing attention if it tied into the product, but they just barely show the Tubi logo at the end. But they weren't the only one to go weird with it. Instead, we have to show you the Mountain Dew ad, Kiss from a Lime. This ad was definitely memorable. People talked about this.
Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Refreshing.
It's kissed by the perfect amount of tropical lime.
Baby, rockin' baby to a kiss from a lime on the bay. Ooh, the moment I think of it, a strange on the scene, yeah. My flippers can't hold Mountain Dew. It slips right
Well, this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
This one was interesting. Because it was very divisive. I asked my mom about it and she said I fucking hated it. She actually said it made her feel bad for Seal. I always thought Seal was just a cool guy, like a cool, great singer, and I felt like he must be on really hard times because he had to take this out. I personally felt the same way. I was like, this is like the biggest sellout I've ever seen. Like, I'm not a believer in the any conversation is good conversation for ads. And there's a lot of proof that shows this isn't true. However, it's so weird for the right people. This may actually be a success for Mountain Dew. It may actually be pretty, and people talked about it. I think I could come around to the idea that it was better than I thought. Okay, so people really want to watch Slide Step. I don't remember Slide Step. Played before the game.
I absolutely love my Glide Step Skechers slip-ins. I just step in and they're on with no bending down or touching. Let me demonstrate. Drop a beat. Glide step, glide step, glide step, Skechers slip-ins. And that's how you glide. Go hands-free with Glide Step Skechers slip-ins.
You guys like that? That was the most desperate attempt to make, that was like a 2010 attempt at making a meme. That was I Can Has Cheeseburger, but that was fucking terrible. You demanded that one? Okay, people really want to watch Slide Step. I don't remember Slide Step. Michelob Ultra. Oh, yeah! I want to talk about this. The Ultra Hustle, the Michelob Ultra commercial. I'll say my piece afterwards. Let's watch this.
We'll do 2 Michelob Ultras.
Would you consider playing us?
For the Ultras.
Oh, we're kind of at a high level.
Fascinating.
You guys sure you want this?
Please serve. That was fun. Play for those ultras.
They got Ultras.
Real hard, whip it real hard.
I smell Ultra.
Play for an ultra.
Okay, well, I don't think it's like a memorable, great ad. Like if there was almost a separate tier, I thought it was pretty boring, not great, but I thought it was the best celebrity ad of the Super Bowl. And it's only because I think Willem Dafoe really committed. I Smell Ultra was pretty good. Best celebrity ad. Let's go Nike with the 2.6 million. Oh, this is number 8 on YouTube trending.
You can't be demanding. You can't be relentless. You can't put yourself first. So, put yourself first. You can't be confident, so be confident. You can't challenge, so challenge. You can't be emotional, so be emotional. You can't take credit. You can't speak up. You can't be so ambitious. You can't break records. You can't have any fun. You can't make demands. You can't keep score. You can't stand out. Whatever you do, you can't win. So win. All y'all in chat are fake as fuck. No, that was a good ad. That was a good ad. They're not targeting your dumbasses. They're targeting millennial women with money. That ad did fucking well. That's like number 5 trending. I think Nike knows what they're doing for the demographics they're playing for. And it's the only ad that took a risk on this front. And I wouldn't say generationally good, but I would say boring positive. We're gonna do our final ad. I mean, there's plenty that I'm skipping, but all of them are like so boring. Imagine paying $8 million just to get skipped in Marketing Monday. At least make a bad ad at least. You know, I don't want to watch 14 more boring ads. Do the Disney ad. The Disney Plus ad was like just clips from 4 shows. Do better. Let's talk about Kanye West. He's having a bit of a crash out on Twitter, but let's see if he can redeem himself in the Super Bowl. I will say, he did this last year. He bought a Super Bowl commercial, only aired locally in the Chicago area. It worked. He ended up spending a few million, not even, because it was the cheaper package because it was just local. And he sold $24 million worth of merch. This year, one of the t-shirts he's selling is a swastika t-shirt. So hopefully we don't sell as many, but this is his commercial.
So what's up, guys? I spent like all the money for the commercial on these new teeth. So once again, I had to shoot it on the iPhone. Go to Yeezy.com.
You know what's fucked is that commercial. I'm not a fan of Kanye, obviously, lately. And I don't like what he's selling. It's still a better commercial than most of the things. I gotta be honest, as a rating for a marketer, it has a more clear call to action and people are more likely to check it out. It has a better understanding of how overproduced stuff scares people off. Like someone else could have done this for a better cause.
Hello, this is a quick editor note in post. As of one day after the Super Bowl, Yeezy.com has been taken down by Shopify and Kanye deleted his X account. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bam.
Yeah, it goes in our new SS tier. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching this year's Marketing Monday Super Bowl ad review.